This is Father Louis SCURTI back with Friends of the Word, interviewing a host who hosted me on her show, LUX Media, and now she's our guest. This is Aneta Lisa Jimenez. I say it slowly because she was recently married and became a Jimenez.
So I'm getting used to it.
Yes, yeah, both of us. Welcome back.
Thank
This is
you.
wonderful. Okay, in the first segment, we talked about how you got involved with media through LUX Media in Slovakia.
Yes.
And then you came here to the courtesy and invitation of Father Richard Baker.
Yes.
Now, St. John Nepomucene is a Slovak saint?
He's a Czech one.
Czech.
Yeah.
And
I hope I'm correct.
yeah. Is there a connection between the Czech church?
We were
and
always very close. We
Okay.
used to be one country, it used to be Czechoslovakia.
Right,
and,
right.
And many people just ask us also nowadays, like, oh, I know, Czechoslovakia.
No,
No longer for many years,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we were always very close.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, it's part of the same ground, but divided by.
Yeah. We were always two countries, so to speak. It was never just like one country. We always could tell that this is the Czech Republic and this is the Slovak Republic, but there was a lot of history going on. But there were many wonderful marriages between Czechs and Slovaks, so we're just interconnected.
A family.
Yeah,
Great,
families
great.
are connected always.
Now, we were in Poland a few years ago, and there's a great devotion to Our Lady of Czestochowa.
Yes.
Is there any such saint or image of Mary that's popular in the Czech Republic or Slovakia?
I know about Slovakia that there's a Virgin Mary of Litmanova, as far as I know. I've never been there, unfortunately.
Okay.
But there's the way how Slovaks love Virgin Mary is really huge.
The Slovaks have a great Catholic faith, don't
I think
they?
so. It's a treasure of our land, yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
Talk about that. That's fascinating.
I actually think that it goes back, anytime there's suffering, something wonderful comes out
Yes,
of it.
yes.
And there was a lot of suffering in our countries for many years. And all our great-grandmothers and they just suffered through communism and they never gave up on their faith. So I think that brought a lot of blessings to our country.
Yes. You have a lot of associates back there.
Yes.
Do you travel much going back?
I to Slovakia?
Yes.
Yeah, every time I have a chance, I go back.
Oh,
home,
that's
yeah.
good. You say that like I'm going around the corner. Every time I get a chance.
No, yeah.
That's good. Has Omar gone back?
Yeah, he went twice already.
Wow,
Yes,
great.
He loved it there.
Does he understand any Slovak?
He actually, to be honest, because I have to say this, when we were getting married, I asked Father Baker if we could do it the way that I say the vow in Spanish, and he would say it in Slovak.
Stop.
But Father said, you know what, I would love to do that, but it should be something you both understand perfectly. So I was like, okay, absolutely.
Their vows, that's true.
I absolutely understand. Let's do it in English. And we were standing there. We already said our vows in English. And my now beloved husband said, I'm sorry, Father, but could I say it in Slovak? And he learned it by heart.
Oh, beautiful.
So I'm still having goosebumps right now.
That's wonderful.
So he just melted my heart because he really and Slovak is a difficult language. You can ask Father Baker; he's learning it.
I can vouch for that. You were speaking when you interviewed me. You translated everything I said. I was lost.
I can tell. It's a wonderful language, but very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has a challenge. He's learning it.
Good. And you're learning Spanish?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so you came here, you got established through LUX Media here at the church. And tell me about LUX Media. What's the purpose of it?
Yes, absolutely. So our dream was always to come here and to have a tool, which media is a powerful tool, to connect Slovak communities living here in the USA and also in Canada. Because my colleague before me, they interviewed people also in Canada. So we tried to connect all of these people because, they are close to each other, even if they don't live near each other.
Right.
They have a similar story. Every story is unique and different, but at the same time, they all left Slovakia out of many different reasons.
Sure.
They have to live abroad. But they kept their faith, and that's what fascinates us, and that's what we try to cover, like saying, hey, they left the country, but they never left their faith.
Beautiful. I was here for the feast of Saint, you can correct me, I'd say Saint Nicholas. How would you?
Mikuláš.
Mikuláš,
yes.
okay. it was beautiful. I mean, first of all, you had the same Mikwash.
Mikulash,
Nick,
yes.
he was up there on the stage. Children were going over to him, traditional, like our Santa Claus, St. Nicholas. The number of people who came, and Father Baker was saying they're from all over.
Yes.
They came here because it's like a center.
Yeah, it is. It is. People really, they do everything they can to keep the Slovak community alive,
Beautiful.
which is fascinating to me because they often travel 2-3 hours. You know, they could go to a church just near their home,
Local,
but
sure.
they try to come back here and to keep the community alive.
That's great.
Yes.
And the number of children.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And
there are communities also in New Jersey. There are 3 churches.
oh yeah, where?
So
probably Passaic.
It's in Linden. Is
Okay,
one.
Linden.
Trenton.
Yes.
And Clifton.
And Clifton. Okay. I taught in Passaic, and a lot of Slovaks were there at the school as well, so they probably came from the parish.
Yeah.
What's the parish in Clifton? Do you remember?
I think it's St. Michael's,
St.
if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so what else is the goal of Lux Media here? Because you've interviewed people besides myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the show where you were the guest is a pretty new one because we started with all the productions in Slovak first. And we had a different show which is called Connected by the Ocean, and that's the one that interviews only Slovaks about their story, how they came here, why, etc. And we actually tape it outside, walking in the street.
Yes, I've seen that. Right.
So that's part of our productions. And what is also important to us is to stream the Holy Mass. We stream Holy Masses not only on Facebook every Sunday, but once a month we try to stream it back to Slovakia. And for many people there, we have great feedback. We're getting great feedback because, people are in Slovakia. They have relatives here.
Yes.
They, many of them were thinking of doing the same thing back in, let's say, 1968.
Wow.
And some of them did, some didn't. So I think it's very close to their heart.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Give us the name of the program, the Facebook program.
We're LUX New York on Facebook.
Okay,
so,
LUX New York.
Yeah,
okay.
and everything can be found there.
Excellent. And you're part of the East River Catholics group.
We have a very nice relationship. We're separate. It's very difficult to define because in a way we're separate. In a way we're of course close to the church and we serve as the ministerial arm of this church. So.
Beautiful. What kind of feedback have you received from Slovakia about what you're doing here?
As I mentioned, they like the shows that show them how people live here. And I think it's also very important that my guests speak about how many difficulties they had to overcome.
Sure.
Because, sometimes people might think, oh, everybody who went to the USA, they have a wonderful life there. And I think people appreciate that they can see more about, no, it's not always that easy. When you come here, you have to work hard. When you do work hard, you can have a wonderful life.
Benefits,
but it's a lot of, you're homesick, you're far away. Not everything is easy. So I think they have a better picture right now.
My grandmother used to tell the story. It was a story that she brought from Sicily, how they were told before they came here, oh, the streets are paved with gold in America.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And she said, not so much.
That's true. You have to live it.
Yeah, she took in sewing. She sewed in her house.
Wow.
In the early days. And I remember that. I used to help her cut things. But it's true. Our immigrants come here and they have to work and they have to learn the language and adapt and assimilate.
Yeah.
And you've done that so well.
Oh, I actually, I wasn't prepared for that. I told you. Because I was determined to leave back to Slovakia. So I'm still in the process of getting used to that.
Absolutely.
But it's an adventure.
That's good.
Yeah.
What's one thing you would tell Slovaks who are interested in coming here to the United States?
Who are interested in coming here?
Yes.
To visit or to stay? Or both
Both.
ways?
Let's go both, yeah.
To visit, absolutely do that. It's a fascinating country. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it because, let's be honest, New York itself is a little bit different from all the rest of the country, right? It's a small country in the big country.
Yes.
So New York is fascinating. I would totally do that, and I would prepare well in the meaning that I would look up what I would like to see so that I can use my time wisely here.
Good.
Yeah, and for people who would like to stay here, they have to try it. They have to see what it's like, and they will know how they like it and what they miss and
Yes.
what it's like.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, we're going to come back again.
Absolutely.
This has been Father Louis Scurti with Aneta, and we appreciate your interest. So let me hear from you, fatherlouiscurti@hotmail.com, and I'll put the Lux Media website on our site as well. Let me hear from you, and God bless you. Pass this on to your family and friends. Bye-bye.